Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 14 November. This is Andrew, and we are here today with our stand-in co-host, Lou Castle. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning.
I'm always proud of my co-host whenever you guys actually show up. It's so early. It's a lot to ask people to get up this early and head in for the morning show. So Thank you.
You're welcome. I just had to put my rooster away. So.
Do you have roosters and chickens?
No, right next door though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
We've got them out. Our neighbors have them, and I can hear them every morning. It sounds like Jurassic Park when I walk outside my front door.
Very refreshing. Depends on what night it is.
Well, Lou has Mama Lou's Tamales, and we had a little bit of a hang-up, and I'll have to talk to you about that offline, but regardless, we are going to start having Mama Lou Tamales partner with Fort Worth Roots whenever we do these events, anytime we need food. And I was telling, I think Michael last week, whenever I was at the Keegan McEnroe's Songwriter Festival that they just kicked off, you were nice enough to give me 2 tamales. Do you remember what they were? The ones you gave me?
Smoked chicken.
Smoked chicken? Mm-hmm. Okay. That doesn't sound like a very great description, because what you gave me was more than smoked chicken. It was a masterpiece.
Right. Smoked chicken smothered in queso blanco, green onions that I grow myself, and my special salsa. It
was phenomenal. And I was telling Michael, I don't usually eat that late, right? So I went home. I had heartburn all night. But the next morning, I was telling Megan, I was like, I had the worst night's sleep, but I don't regret anything because those tamales were so good.
Well, my food's not supposed to do that, so
no,
it might have been
it's not a your food thing. It's a broken old man thing. Like, I've had heartburn like that since I was in my mid-20s. All right, where can people? We'll get into that later. We're going to talk more about Mama Lou's here in a minute. Let's get into the weather, folks. By the way, the Fort Worth Morning Show, Fort Worth Roots Morning Show starts Monday and goes through Thursday. This is our end of the week episode, so we got a lot of events to cover. In fact, Lou brought a bunch of events that she said people were texting her about, knowing that she was going to be on the morning show. So, all right, let's get into the weather. The weather. Tongue twister. Okay. Thursday, boring weather report for the most part, but Monday's going to be fun. Thursday, 73, 45. It was 47 degrees on my thermostat coming in this morning. Yeah. It's awesome. Sweater weather. Friday.
Finally.
Yeah. Friday, 73, 49 for a low. Saturday, 76, 60 for a low. And then Sunday, they actually added a 25% chance of rain. So that's cool. That's a new addition. 75 for a high Sunday, 65 for a low. And then we've got Monday. Monday is going to be 73 degrees, 50 for a low. And they brought the rain chance back up to 88%. They've been kind of throttling that number down over the week, but now it's back up to 88%. So that's good news, I believe. So let's see here. What else did we have? Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about this major hurricane developing in the Caribbean. Florida on alert for potential impacts. Anyway, that looks like 7 p.m. Wednesday. So tonight, if that's accurate, looks like they're going to have it's got a 2 on the little hurricane symbol. So what do they call it? Category 2 hurricane maybe? Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Lots of that good stuff going on. I've got a sound clip, if I can cue this up right, for today's National Day of. It's a segment we do every day.
Okay.
You're gonna pay misbehaving. Kicking and spitting and cussing out loud. Running through the house with a pickle in my
Happy National Pickle Day. I was like, I could keep that going, but that's a clip from the Righteous Gemstones, and me and Megan just walk around singing that song sometimes. National Pickle Day, and he's talking about running around the house with a pickle in my mouth. So anyway, I don't know. I'm a child. Let's see. I'm going to click on it because it's so ridiculous. All right, National Pickle Day is on November 14th. And it was created to celebrate the pickle as one of the world's favorite fermented foods. Pickles prove to be preposterously popular with people across the country. Right. The number of pickle eaters is projected to proliferate to more than 250 million by 2023. We're really tracking these National Pickle Day numbers, making sure that we're on top of that. You got any excellent recipes with pickles in them?
I do. I
you?
do. Yep. I do. Add some garlic.
Okay,
Yeah.
we've got Sky Viper creeping up on us. Mr. Stubbs up in the Fort Worth Roots morning show traffic helicopter. Sky Viper. What's going on, Mr. Stubbs? Oh. Good morning, Mr. Stubbs.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
We are doing good. We're here, and we're ready for some traffic reporting.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about National Pickle Day, bro.
Oh,
Today's
nice.
National Pickle Day.
You know, Mansfield has a bunch of pickle festivals and what have you.
Are they happening today?
I don't know, but they do like a pickle festival every year. They're notorious for pickles.
I mean, who doesn't like a good pickle, right?
Like that Martin House pickle beer.
Is that good? Do you like that?
Well, back in the day, I did.
Oh, that's right. You don't drink anymore. I never have been able to bring myself to try that. A pickle beer sounds like a nightmare, so
No, it's delicious.
I'll have to
man.
give it a shot.
Yes, sir. On I-35, the west side, of course, we're talking about heavy congestion heading northbound from Seminary Drive to downtown Fort Worth. There's some, so it's kind of slow there. I-20 westbound near Hewlin Street is seeing some backup due to construction, so you might want to plan a little extra time. And then let's hit I-30 over here. We got eastbound between Montgomery Street and downtown again, experiencing delays because of construction. And then 820 southbound near Rosedale Street. There's some minor slowdowns, but nothing too major. So you should be cool through there. Man, I think Candy's been drinking.
Oh, well, that's not a good combination. Candy's our pilot up there in the Fort Worth Roots traffic helicopter. What makes you think she's been drinking, dude?
I don't know. She's also got some powder on her nose, like maybe some booger sugar too going on. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well,
She's mad now. She's
her-
getting upset now.
Get her back to the station because we don't need her flying around intoxicated in our brand new helicopter.
FWIs are no good.
You were flying while intoxicated? Yeah, I can imagine.
Exactly. Yeah, so, all right, peace. Y'all have a good day.
All right, brother. We'll see you Monday.
Ah.
Oh, God. That's Matt Stubbs up there in Fort Worth Roots Traffic Helicopter. He is the host of the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast. It is the #1 longest-running North Texas podcast, and you guys can check it out on all streaming services. It is Jerry Jonestown Massacre. But make sure your kids aren't in the room. It's opposite of PG. All right, let's get daggum old Sky Viper out of here. Thank you, Mr. Stubbs. Moving on, today in history, 1991, Michael Jackson's Black or White music video with groundbreaking morphing effects premieres simultaneously in 27 countries on MTV.
Wow.
That's back whenever TV was... That was the thing, you know?
TV was TV.
You can't do that with TV now. Nobody would care if you simultaneously broadcast in 27 countries on TV now.
Right.
You got to do it on like TikTok or something. Ray Charles in 1960 single Georgia on My Mind reaches #1 on the charts.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's see. I had some celebrity birthdays here. I think there was only one I recognized. It's Patrick Warburton, and I don't recognize his name. I recognize his face. He's the guy that plays the dude in the wheelchair on Family Guy.
Yes.
The voice.
Yes.
He is 60 years old today.
Wow.
And this guy here, Travis Barker?
Yeah, Travis Barker.
Where do we know him from?
He's a drummer.
Okay.
Very popular.
Turning
drummer.
49 today. And then I recognize this guy's been in a bunch of TV shows. Okay.
Yeah. I always think he looks like Johnny Knoxville.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Josh.
A little bit.
Can you say that last name? Josh what?
Josh
Duhamel?
Duhamel.
Something like that.
Josh
52
Duhamel.
years old today. Happy birthday, guys. All right, move. In case they were listening to the show.
Absolutely, they
Right.
will.
All right, some Fort Worth news for you. We try to keep it light, guys, but sometimes the only thing in the news is dark and horrible. Rideshare driver
Right.
shot multiple times, says Fort Worth police. I'm laughing at the absurdity, folks. A rideshare driver is recovering in the hospital after someone shot him 3 times Tuesday night, according to police. The shooting happened just before 8 p.m. at an apartment complex in the 8100 block of Cassie Lane. Police believe the gunman possibly saw the driver's rideshare logo on the car and tried to get a ride without using the app. Ugh, awful. All right, let's see what other crazy stuff we got here. Oh, yeah. Trying to get a call in from one of our experts with AT&T to speak on this because this is like half his job is repairing these things. Here in Fort Worth, help find these Fort Worth copper thieves. This is by Sean Rabb, published yesterday, Fox 4 News. You can get this at fox4news.com. Cameras captured clear video of copper thieves who stole hundreds of feet of cable in Fort Worth last month. Anyone who recognizes them should call the investigators. Phone number listed. Police say they've seen a 545% increase in copper thefts over the past 2 years, making it a huge problem. So our buddy Dustin Snyder has been out there repairing communication lines and things that they have control over, but they'll just show up one day and there'll be huge sections of wire just cut out of the ground or buildings or power poles, whatever, and it's a huge problem.
Right.
You try to you walk into your business one day and you don't have any communication capabilities, no internet or whatever,
Because of copper.
because of copper thieves.
Wow.
It's insane. So, all right, moving on. What did I find here for you? This was, world news. Flooding in Spain prompts evacuation as several inches of rainfall in Costa del Sol. Let's see here. It's awful. Another round of heavy rainfall in the Costa del Sol region of Spain has caused more catastrophic flooding. We're seeing a lot of this year.
Right. A
Just
lot.
roadways getting washed out, bridges. According to the City Council of Malaga, houses along the river in the district of, I'm going to have to say it anyway, Campanillas. Can you say
Campanillas?
it? Campanillas
Let me see.
Mhm.
Campanillas.
were evacuated because of being at risk of significant flooding. 39 dogs and 41 horses were freed by the fire department from an equestrian club in Malaga that was beginning to flood. The council said the equestrian club requested help freeing the animals from approximately 3 feet of water and
The
mud.
animals.
I know.
Goodness.
We try to do space news every morning. Some days there's
Okay.
nothing out there. GITAI gets funds to develop an orbit robotic servicer. Let's see. I scan down to the bottom here. Sho Nakanos, GITAI's founder and CEO, also sees a growing opportunity in the orbit servicing market and has 2 upcoming demonstration missions in the pipeline. He said the venture is scheduled to fly a test 20-kilogram satellite in December on a SpaceX launch, followed by a more capable 500-kilogram class spacecraft in October 2025. Basically, what they're trying to do is repairs on satellites and space stations in orbit.
In orbit.
It's just
Wow.
this. It's a picture of this
Fascinating.
big robotic arm hanging off of some apparatus. I'm sure that's here on the planet side.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. We'll keep you up to date with more space news. All right. We got big events this weekend. And as I think I mentioned earlier, Thursday's our big show where we get you laced up with all the happenings from around the city of Fort Worth and what's happening in your area. This first little bit, I'm reading this off of Facebook events. Leon Bridges, the Leon Tour with Charlie Crockett goes on here. Let's see, Hermanos.
Sold out show.
Is it sold out already?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dang
Sold out
it.
a while ago. Yeah.
All right, so that is happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Dickies Arena. And let's get out of that one. Onward.
Hermanos Gutierrez.
Let's see. I think we got our copper thief expert. Let me see if I can get him on the phone.
Hello.
Mr. Schneider.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about the copper thieves, and I brought you up because I know that's like half of your job these days is repairing stolen copper lines.
Well, I'm not repairing the copper. I'm repairing the fiber because my stupid company decided to wrap all the fiber with the copper at the same time. So when the thieves get up there with their sawzalls, they cut through everything at once.
Right. They don't need that fiber. That's useless. They're just there for the copper.
You can't get any money for glass. But you can for copper.
Well, is there anything that the public can do? Like if they see something, say something kind of deal?
There's a task force with the, if you live in the city of Fort Worth, there's a task force with Fort Worth Police Department that if you call a non-emergency number, you can call them and tell them that if you have a business that has cameras or rings or your house has Ring cameras or cameras around it or whatever, you know, if something gets cut, you can turn those in.
Yeah. Is there a particular area that they're targeting as far as in front of homes, in front of businesses? Are they digging them out of the ground, cutting them off of poles? What's the
Well, they're
typical-
cutting them off poles. They're cutting the aerial stuff off because that's easy to get to.
Right.
That's the easiest to get to, and they've got it down to a pretty good science. Like these guys that are doing it, they can cut down several hundred feet in the matter of minutes.
It's wild.
Wow.
And that's got to be heavy. So they're running around with they're running around with flatbed trailers or big box trucks, or how are they moving this stuff?
Pickup trucks, just regular old pickup trucks.
And
They got, usually it's a 2-man crew. They'll, one will cut it, climb up and cut it. The other one will cut it in a section and toss it in the back of the truck, and then they're gone.
Now, I've been to recycling places. They always take your picture and make you show them your ID, and they document every time you come in and what you brought. So where are they taking this stuff?
Right.
That's a shifty world there.
Okay.
I don't know how in depth I can go into that, just because that is a whole different legal issue. But
Right.
a lot of, like, I'm driving by these recycling places on North Main right now by Meacham,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's a shifty underworld that a lot of things seem to slip through the cracks
Yeah.
at those places. I mean, copper's big money, no matter where you're at
Yeah.
in the chain. And I mean, some of these people, if they have the time, they can melt it down.
Yeah.
You just show up with giant,
Crazy
balls of
stuff.
copper,
Well, at least
giant melted blocks of copper.
you're getting some absurd overtime off of it. So that, I guess that's the silver lining to the copper problem.
Well, if you are a copper thief and you are listening to the Fort Worth Roots podcast this morning, what I do ask is, if you're going to steal the copper, steal the copper. Just don't cut the fiber. That causes all sorts of problems.
Take the
Makes me
copper. We
say,
don't,
yeah, and if you need a class or a seminar, just
Yeah.
see a
Yeah.
local, AT&T employee that you see out in the field, and they can tell you. They can show you.
Quit being so messy.
we would love for you
Yeah.
to just take the copper. Here, let me show you how.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for weighing in on that. Do you have any events coming up this weekend that you need to tell us about?
Well, I personally, I think Leon Bridges is tomorrow night.
Correct.
So we're
Out
supposed
at
to be
Dickies.
shooting that.
Oh, cool.
And
You'll
then-
be there.
It's supposed to be. We'll see. And then Iron Maiden, I will be shooting that on Saturday.
Wow.
That out at that's got to
That's
be in
in Dickies.
Dallas. Oh, it's Dickies? Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Wow.
This is a giant event for Dickies,
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
Iron
yeah.
Maiden to come.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that they could have landed Iron Maiden.
Yeah. And then there's something on Sunday, but I can't remember what it is.
That's okay.
There's another show on Sunday, but I don't remember.
If
Anyway.
you think of it, let me know.
Okay.
All
I can
right,
do that.
brother. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
All
later.
right. See ya. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I think I just saw Sky Viper take a massive dive out of the sky.
Dude, he said the pilot was drinking this morning and she might have had some booger sugar on her lip.
Yeah, I think they were coming in here to land at Meacham, and man, we're doing donuts or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
We don't even have an agreement with Meacham. They're supposed to be landing that thing on top of Hoppin', so it sounds like they're a little confused. I'll give them a
Maybe.
look. I'll check them out, man. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No problem.
All
Later.
right, see you, brother. Dadgummit. Dustin, Candy. All right, moving on. That's Dustin Snyder. He's also with the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, and he's an excellent photographer. I'm trying to think of his Instagram. I think it's Plastic Dust on his photography, but he shoots shows all over Fort Worth
Wow.
and DFW. So if he gets in there to snap some shots of Leon Bridges, that'll be really cool.
That's wonderful.
He's a great
Yeah.
photographer. Okay, we did the sky. Let's see. We're at local news now. Events. We talked about Leon Bridges. Nippy November Art and Vendor Market is this Sunday at 3 p.m. out at McFly's. Is that right? Yep, McFly's Pub. Let's see, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Rock and Roll Rummage Sale Vintage Art Market, 105 South Main Street. That is going to be Sunday at 12 p.m. And then this Sunday, we got Ordinary Elephant out at SPH Presents. What is this? Concerts in Chapel. This looks like Southside Preservation Hall. Southside Preservation Hall.
Southside Preservation Hall. Yes, yes. I was waiting for some text from the coordinators from there, but that was one of my mentions for today.
Was this one Ordinary
absolutely.
Elephant? That is going to be Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Lou, what you got? You got some more?
Well, let's see what we have here. So connecting with that rock and roll rummage sale, we have the coordinator for that contacting me. It's November 17th, this Sunday from 12 to 5. Lots of music, lots of vendors, wonderful time. It's a rain or shine event, so
It's happening.
yeah, it's happening no matter what. Some of our best events at that rock and roll rummage sale have been when it's raining. It's like raining, and as soon as it clears up, those people come out. They're ready to shop. It's wonderful.
That is definitely one of the most popular little vendor markets.
Absolutely,
for sure.
yeah.
They
She's
do
there.
it once a month.
Yeah,
or-
she's there second Sundays with the Fort Worth Community Market.
Okay.
Second Sunday and third Sunday is the rock and roll rummage sale. So she's there 2 Sundays every month with a break in January and February. So we want to make sure we say that.
You need that. You need that break.
Yeah.
We do the live music festival, and it goes from March until October. We put a different band on a different stage all over the city of Fort Worth, with the help of our sponsors, who you guys should check out. If you want to keep Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets, go to fortworthroots.com and click on our sponsors tab and see who's helping us support small local businesses and provide an additional stage for local musicians. But yeah, you need a break.
Yeah.
Because you got to prep. You got to figure out how you...
Coordinate. Yeah, you got to move people around.
Yeah.
You have to,
It's a
absolutely.
big thing.
Feed people, all kinds of stuff.
Distribution Bar is having Dance of the Dead presents
That's
the
wonderful.
Brothers Vargas, and that's going to be this Saturday at 9 p.m. You guys can find all this information on Facebook events. Let's see what else we need to get into here. Skylark. Live music with Skylark this Saturday at 8 p.m. also at McFly's.
I've got
Iron
some-
Maiden at Dickies Arena, just like our homie was telling us about just a
Right.
second ago.
I've got some cicada stuff
Okay.
going on. Let's see. I see you have some pulled up as
Got
well. Right?
the Cicada Canines November Barket, 1002 South Main at the Cicada this Sunday.
Cicada's got it going on. Listen, Cicada Thursday tonight. We have songwriters Christian Carlos Carvajal, Riker Hall, and Amanda Victoria. Now they were over at the Southside Preservation this weekend for the Songwriters
They were.
Festival, and that was wonderful.
Amanda Victoria is a young up-and-coming artist, and you guys have got to see her perform, and it's going to be awesome to watch her grow as a musician and
She's
just see where,
wonderful. Yeah, she's
see where
got some
she ends
magic. She's got some magic in her voice and in her stories. Also, on Friday, there'll be some bands set up at the Cicada. I cannot pronounce that.
QXOTIC.
Yeah.
Like Q Exotic or something?
Exotic. Yeah. Endorphin Report, The Hint, and Lucid Bee. She's got some good events coming through there at the Cicada. And then Saturday,
Love that graphic.
I know it. I love it. The Crooked Bones. Isn't the Crooked Bones? Now I don't want to mention it if it's not accurate. So, Crooked Bones, the X Regards, the Shortwaves, and Snatch Witch.
Snatch Witch.
Yeah,
Sure.
Snatch Witch. Yeah,
Something like that.
some great
And
local bands.
That's going to be at the Cicada, 21 and up, 10 at the door. Money, whenever you spend money at Cicada on cover, it goes straight to the band. That is Saturday, November 16th.
I love that.
Where is doesn't have a time.
Yeah, it doesn't
Does
have
it?
a time.
I didn't see it. All right. Got a message sent to me by David Tribble, November 22nd, single release. Show with full band, Even Bauer opening, magnoliamotorlounge.com for tickies. Look, that's what it says, tickies. Available 8 p.m., doors at 7. New merch and show posters available at the show. David Tribble is one of my favorite local musicians, and don't miss out. 519 Pennsylvania Avenue, Suite D. This is Too High in the gas stations. They present Tiny Sesh. They're going to have Trace Stilo, Slug Dilo, NRTH. Musicians that'll be performing out there. Looks like they're going to have a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
Go to Too High on Instagram to see more details on that. Magnolia Motor Lounge, Cam Allen, doors at 7 p.m. This is happening
Nice.
Friday, November 15th. Tickets at camallen.com. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons. I thought this was cool. The Cicada puts on a Dungeons and Dragons night Thursdays at 4 to 7. No dice, no books, no character sheets. No problem. Your dungeon master will have everything you need to start rolling into fun. I really do want to
Nice.
do this.
Yes.
You know, I spent.
So you can do Dungeons and Dragons and go right into songwriters.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That's at the Cicada.
Right.
All right, and we already talked about Nippy November Art and Vendor Market out there at McFly's. That is Sunday, November 17th. Music Bingo at McFly's. Do that November 14th, this Thursday at 8 p.m. And there's a picture of extra virgin olive oil. I wanted to make sure I was using the correct stuff for dinner
Right,
last night.
right.
She was very specific.
That's really good stuff, though. That's really good stuff, though.
We like
I have
it.
some stuff from Big Mike.
Yeah?
Love him. He got in contact with me and says he has an all Beatles, all request show
That's
at
gonna be fun.
MML with Chris Holt, who plays guitar for Don Henley and Mike Campbell.
Okay.
Wednesday, November 20th.
Okay.
So bringing us into next week
Very cool.
as well. But yeah, MML doing a lot of stuff too. Right?
Yeah, Magnolia Motor Lounge. They have always got a great show going on. They have an excellent stage, great audio in there. It's a good venue. Like it a
Right.
lot. I've only caught a few shows there, but every time I go, I have a great time. It's located on. They moved it. If you're an old hat, you've been in the city for a while. It used to be over there off of 7th Street in that kind of disaster zone, but now it's off of that crazy 377 traffic circle.
That circle.
Over where that German restaurant, that's gone, right?
I
There
think
used to be a
so.
German restaurant over there. I love that place. But anyway, cool new location. You lose something whenever these badass venues move locations, and I
Right.
didn't like it, but I do love their new location. And guess what? They got parking now. Their old
Yeah.
location had no parking.
Lots of parking. Yeah.
So that'll be cool. All right. So we're trying different ideas on the show, and I found a clip. I was just scrolling TikTok this morning, and I found a clip that kind of went along with a news story. I guess somebody somewhere got elected and then said something on the news. And so everybody's been talking about this, and I want your opinion, the listener. So whatever platform you're listening to this on, or you can find us on social media, it's Fort Worth Roots across all platforms. But let us know. Let us know what you think about this clip that I'm about to play for you. And it's going to make some people upset. I definitely raised an eyebrow when I heard it. Here we go. Oh, no. Did it? Oh, my God. It disappeared. That sucks. I had it all queued up, and it took it away from me. No way to recover it. Anyway, what they were talking about, it was a 1970 black and white video of a school teacher asking the class, why do you think women don't fight wars, or why they don't have combat positions in the military? And so I was interested to poll the audience to see what everybody thinks. Now, they're not saying that women shouldn't be in the military. They're saying that in combat positions that they shouldn't have women in those positions. Well, I'm not going to weigh in on this, but you tell me what you think.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, that's wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
That's an intense statement. I mean, I understand.
comment?
Yeah, no comment.
It's a hot topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Yeah, I mean the considerations on the side that promotes not having women in combat arenas. What their argument is that if you look at the data, combat units perform better when it's all men.
Okay.
And the only thing that I can contribute to the conversation is I remember what it was like at 20 years old whenever we were in theater, and whenever I was in the Army in the beginning. I don't believe they were letting women in combat units except for maybe a few exceptions. Like they had some pilot programs where they were trying it out. But being overseas, away from your family, or away from your friends, and there's not much of a dating scene in Iraq.
Right.
Whenever you're over there as a U.S. soldier. So it absolutely distracting to,
Yeah. I
have
get it.
young females running around. And I mean,
Yeah.
as a 20-year-old, that just completely pulls you offline. Like you can't think about anything else,
Right,
especially
right,
when you haven't
absolutely.
seen
I can see
a
that.
woman in probably 6 months. It's
Right.
something that's going to grab your attention. So
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of as far as
Yeah. plus the behaviors, the behaviors, just human nature.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, Yeah.
Yeah. I could. There's some stories there, but I won't
Yeah.
go into that.
Well, I have a 13-year-old at home, so I'm I'm looking at all of it. I'm like, oh my goodness.
All right,
Yes.
we need to hear about Mama Lou's. Tell us,
Yes,
how did you
before-
get
know
started
what?
with that?
Thank you for asking me. But before I
Oh.
get into Mama Lou's, I
we
do
have
want
more?
to correct myself. No, the
Oh.
Crooked Bones. Remember, I
Oh.
said I thought I recognized who that was. That's Jack Dawes.
Oh, okay,
band.
okay.
Yeah, the artist Jack Dawes.
Damn you, doll!
Jack Dawes
Love Jack
band
Daw.
is playing on Saturday. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, Mama Lou's was started. I actually started making tamales about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, now it's been 15 years.
Were they
Wow.
always this damn good, or did they get better?
They have evolution.
Yeah.
There's an evolution. I think I have this knack for, I don't know if it's a knack or a curse, but when I do something, I just want to do it right.
Sure,
And
sure.
I want to, and I had enough tamales where the flavor profile just wasn't hitting with me, or the consistency of it.
Yeah.
So I just decided, I was like, I bet I can make that. You have that genius idea. I bet I can make that. And then the first time I got into it, I was like, wow,
It's a lot of
this
work.
is a lot. And I knew it was, watching my family do it, when I was younger. But wow, it's intense.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a labor of love, that's for sure.
Well, everything about them is just absolute perfection. And
thank
as
you.
far as things I think about that I need in my life, like there's a few things that like I'll just be randomly going through my day and I'll be like, oh, I need this thing. And Mama Lou's tamales is on that list for sure.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Thank
It's
you.
it's the consistency of the product, the texture, the you've got it cooked down to perfection,
Right.
the flavor. I mean,
Right.
it's something
Thank you.
special.
Thank
I don't
you
think
so
you should
much.
eat it every day because you'd go mad. You'd lose your mind.
Right.
It's that good.
Right. So I've made it that intense on the flavors, but I used to make this standard the pork flavors, and I was making them, and it was taking me 3 days to make them,
Oh,
and it
wow.
would take
Damn.
3 days, or it's a couple day process.
Yeah.
I got it down to where I could get up in the morning, and by 10 or 11 at night we could have some tamales.
Oh my God.
But I wanted to take more time on the roasting and the letting the meat sit and letting it all stew together and
Yeah.
things like that. But I would take 3 days to make them, and it would take someone 2 minutes to devour like a dozen, and I would
Yes.
be like mortified.
Slow
I'm just
down,
like,
enjoy it, please.
Enjoy. So I was like, well, let me make these flavors richer. Let's
Yeah.
see what else I can put in them, and just wanting to have an edge, a different type of flavor. Yeah. The market out there, pricing wise, and this goes for, this hits back on our economy and the things that are going on, especially food wise. You're supposed to have a large margin on your food, and we don't. Tamales are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not a money maker. It's just a labor of love.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I hate that.
So the twist on it is to have something different where people can't, go, well, hey, apples to apples, and try to compare you to someone else and so forth. And the main reason is just to elevate that vehicle, elevate that. I don't want to put tires. I mean, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I just want to put some tires on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's definitely a delicacy, and I mean, whenever I think of tamales, I think of a dozen tamales and very basic
Right.
but good. And what you offer is far above anything that's available to the public that I've had. I mean,
Thank you.
these are artisan tamales.
Artisan, craft tamales. We would sit side by side with a local barbecue person that's actually has a brick and mortar now and is just famous all over. And he would have lines like around the corner, and people would ask me, they're like, "You're not intimidated to be right next to that?" And I'm like, "No, we're both craft You know, mine is a craft.
Yeah.
You know, my food is a craft, and it takes a long time, just like his. And we would get a lot of customers from his line, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
For
Yeah,
sure. Well, and here's the
absolutely.
move. If you the best way to do this, you catch Mama Lou's tamales out in the wild at events, and we're gonna try to get that going at Hoppin', where you can get Mama Lou tamales once a week. More to follow on that.
Right.
We had some hiccups yesterday, but there's other locations.
I'm gonna
You're
look.
all
Yeah,
over the place.
I'm all over the place, and I try my best to post on socials, which would be Mama Lou Salsa at on Instagram, and Mama Lou's Kitchen, Lou with an LU, Mama Lou's Kitchen on Facebook. I try my best to post where I'm going to be at, but sometimes they just come all at once, and
Well, and I've done that to you too. I've called you in a panic before and been
Right.
like, I need you.
Right, and then
And-
we're like, we're here,
Yeah.
and it's a wonderful surprise to see people when they come up. They're like, oh my gosh, you're here.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, great. We won't eat. We won't do anything, and it's wonderful to see that. I did that with the South Side, with the Preservation
you were gonna
Hall.
be there.
I didn't know I was. I knew I was going to be there Thursday, but I ended up rocking out the 4 days, and I had
Oh,
such
wow.
all 4 days.
Oh my God.
And I had so much fun. I mean, I think we forged some new friendships there.
100%.
It was wonderful. Yeah.
100%. All they got to do is try your tamales. One bite. That's all you
Thank
need.
you
One bite.
so much. I'm hoping to on this platform with this Wednesday. I'm hoping to launch my new flavors.
Okay.
So that will be fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just like something when you do something every single day, and it's still wonderful to do. It's just exciting to get new flavors in.
Well, anytime you need a taste tester just to make sure that you got it dialed in,
Yeah,
you
we got
let me
that.
know.
We got that new black bean chorizo.
I will sacrifice
Yeah.
myself to the science experiments, whatever.
Yes.
If I get tamales out of it.
Absolutely.
Of course, we are here at Hoppin'. Today is Thursday, and we have $6 Casamigas, margaritas, and $2 Modelos, and of course, there's always $1.80 Lone Star on tap. If you guys haven't been out to Hoppin' yet, it's next to Doc's Records, and they have 59 taps on a wall. You get to pour your own beer. You only get charged for the ounces that you pour. And I was just telling Lou before we got started, we were here last weekend to see Late to the Station, and they did great, of course.
Right.
I was buying drinks for the band. I was buying drinks for my girlfriend. I was drinking, and I spent $19.
Wow.
So, come on out.
Wow. And this place is fabulous.
Isn't it
I
cool?
mean, it is so beautiful in here.
And they just opened. They're still working on this place. I mean,
Right.
it looks finished. It's a finished product. But Michael and Holly, the owners out here, want to make this a special place. So, and they're waiting on you. So come on out to Hoppin'. It's next to Doc's Records on Weisenberger Street.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna walk around with the camera and take some video and post it
Absolutely.
up on the socials
Yeah.
so you guys can see it.
And they're always doing something. And this Saturday, they got Faded Blue Trio out here. They'll be here from 2 to 5, along with Mission Burgers. They've always got food trucks and things like that outside. You can always, I got one of the graphics right here in front. Maple Branch actually bought a golf cart. They're just around the corner. But you can order from Maple Branch, have it delivered here via golf cart anytime you come to Hoppin'. So lots of food options, lots of drink options. They've got board games, they've got yard games, really cool little patio, and we're here for it. We love this place. All right. I think that's everything we got today. You got anything else before we
Awesome.
leave?
No.
Thank you so much for
You're
being here.
welcome. You're
All right.
welcome. It's early and I love it.
If you want to do it once a week, we'll get on
Oh,
here.
I'd love it.
But next time, I need some
Bring some
tamales. Thank y'all so much for listening to this
you.
episode of the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. You can find us on all streaming platforms. We're available first on Spotify, and then they kind of populate on their own schedule after that. You can also get us the moment we release at the Fort Worth Roots website, fortworthroots.com. And on that website, you can find a list of our trusted sponsors. Folks, these are the people that make it possible for us to do charity work, for us to promote local music. Everything that Fort Worth Roots does, we do it, and it's possible because of these sponsors. Keep Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets. Go to fortworthroots.com, hit the Trusted Sponsors drop-down tab, and every service that you could possibly need. That's our goal. We're going to put that. We're going to try to get sponsors for everything you need. Right now, we've got roofers and real estate agents and restaurants and venues and spa treatment places. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. But we need your support, guys. So go check that out. All right, that's it. We will see you guys Monday. If you have anything to promote, hit us up. media@fortworthroots.com is our email. We'd love it if you'd take an audio recording of you telling us about the event so that we can play it on the show. And our phone number, if you just want to call and leave a voicemail, it's a little grainy. It's going to sound like Sky Viper. But you can call us at 817-988-1292. As you move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until next time, good day.